Namaste everyone. Today I'm going to talk about Bombay Begum. So basically it's a very fast-paced, gripping drama about women in corporate or just big metropolitan cities. Young girls with dreams in their eyes, wanting it big and wanting it in a very short span of time, and not knowing what are the kind of boundaries they need to draw and what are the choices that they need to make. So I think class acting by Pooja Bhatt. She looks regal and she commands, that respect, that poise, that grace when she adorns a sari and walks into a corporate room. And I think very good acting by everybody, and the plot is really good. It's not predictable at all. Recently, I heard that there is a PIL filed in the court about normalizing sex and drugs in our culture. So then I started watching this, and I think basically it's not normalizing sex and drugs, the already pre-existing vices that are there in the society in its own creative expression. And come on, India is land of Kama Sutra and sex is normal, it is natural. So I don't think this PIL is justified. Yes, this series is for adults. It's not for kids, I'd say. But everybody has their own takeaway lesson from the creative expression that this particular series has. So I did not find anything objectionable, and from a movie or a series or technology, there is good, there is bad. You have to see what you learn from any serial that is put out there. Culture in which you never know who's playing you or who's being played by whom, and quid pro quo, how even if you complain about a misdemeanor or misbehavior or an offense, how the organization comes in its defense to hush it up, and women or victims or men, they feel pressurized in withdrawing their complaint. So it talks about that, it shows that kind of pressure about young people who are in big cities trying to survive, trying to make ends meet, and how what kind of choices they are making. So I think it's really a personal choice, a personal takeaway, what one has to learn from the series. And series also has I'll talk about law here. So after Supreme Court issued guidelines in the Vishakha guidelines, every organization, corporate, is supposed to have a gender redressal committee within the private or public organization. So this, you can see the functioning of like that. More or less it works on the same lines, and there are some rules which are not followed, and the complainant is being pressurized to withdraw her complaint. And there is harassment at workplace is a reality. It happens with everybody. It shouldn't be normal, but one should not feel so guilty, ashamed or angry. And for whatever choice it is that they make, they want to speak up, they should. If they have the evidence, they should go ahead. In India, we have a low conviction rate on if the prosecutrix statement is not backed by strong evidence, the rate of conviction is less. I remember a scene, the last scene where Pooja Bhatt comes off and she's like, okay, I too have been harassed by such and such person. Now in real case scenario, this could lead to a defamation case, because this coming off is like after 40 or say 20-25 years of trauma. So everybody, the thing is, when there is an offense, you have to file the FIR, inform the authorities immediately. Otherwise, there is always a sign that it could be an afterthought or some kind of other motivation behind it, and that it is a false accusation. So Pooja Bhatt coming on that stage, we have had such similar cases also. We too had a Me Too movement in India where everybody was coming out there and speaking about it. It is a good thing, but in reality, one should have strong evidence to back themselves up in the court, because prosecutrix evidence has to be backed by circumstantial evidence. And it just makes the case stronger. You know, some women choose to gulp it down to remain silent. It's okay. I mean, to each his own. Like this, you know, in this series, there was this thing that justice is a luxury. That is true. Justice is, in fact, luxury. Because, you know, if you have the time, lot of time, if you have the patience, if you have the money, only then you can be patient enough or lucky enough to get justice. In the lower judiciary, cases drag on for years and years, and the situation is really grim in our country, so to speak, because we are stifled by procedure. And yeah, we are. That's the hard reality of the justice system, justice delivery system that we are in. And thanks to COVID, the procedure has become even more delayed and longer. This is also about, you know, women's choice, women's voice, and her body, her choice. It touches on various issues like modern families, modern marriages, traditional values, progressive families, and basically just, you know, everybody's personal life, how they want to deal with it. There are predators out there. It's up to you about what boundaries you draw, where you want to compromise, where you absolutely don't want to compromise, how you should express yourself, and courageously, bravely, and take the right step at the right time. And you know, in case of trauma, every individual has a different psychology. Someone either you stand up for 10 days, somebody who stand up for immediately.
It's not for kids.